Create Theme Armor Addon. This is a small add-on mod to create that adds more beautiful armor to the game to develop your arsenal and make the game easier. I really like its 3D material, which looks like steampunk style. The engineer armor has the defense like diamond, and gives speed if full set is equipped. Combines practicality and aesthetics, everyone should try it out. Animals Plus. Animals Plus currently adds 18 new animals in the overworld. Animals occur in the wild, often in groups, but not always mobs that occur individually. You will find mobs that are passive and neutral. Some animals fight each other for territory and can catch fish and other animals. After killing a mob, we often get meat and skin from it. Leather can be used to make clothes, backpacks, and a few other things. Additionally, the mod also adds weapons such as slingshot and spear. After collecting the stone, the slingshot can be sealed. Simple Frames. Simple Frames is a very simple mod which allows you to display your hard-earned advancements. The advancement frame can be crafted with an emerald and some sticks. Once placed, they will open a GUI where you will be able to select one of your advancement. When an advancement has been selected, the block will display it and will show the advancement name and person who earned it when being looked at. And shift-clicking on it will instead display the advancement description. If the player happens to lose some advancement, they will be removed from the plaque the next time the world is saved. Caffeinated. Caffeinated is a vanilla-style mod that adds a new crop found in jungles, coffee. Coffee berries are harvested from shrubs and are then used to plant more coffee shrubs or brew coffee. Brewing coffee is greatly accessible in survival. All it takes is a campfire, your trusty cauldron, and some coffee. Pour water into a cauldron, heat it over a campfire, then add ground coffee. Within seconds, you'll have a fresh batch of coffee ready to be bottled up. Coffee can be drunk straight from the bottle to inflict caffeine for several minutes, which will preserve your hunger over time and reduce exhaustion from tasks such as mining or running. Alternatively, you can make tiramisu, a new food that inflicts even stronger caffeine for less time. Finally, the mod is fully compatible with Farmer's Delight. Wanderer Profession. This mod adds a new block, which crafted from planks, amethyst shard, and empty map. The Wanderer table can turn a villager into a wanderer. This guy is an ordinary villager who sells you rare goods. Unlike Wandering Trader, this employed villager offers items separated on trading levels. And his appearance is a bit different from Wandering Trader since it has small details depending on biome. Spellbound Weapons. Spellbound Weapons adds 21 new high-quality designed weapons to your Minecraft world. Each one has its own rarities, special quirks, and uses for their own situations. Blazeblade is a heavy swinging sword that sets mobs on fire and allows you to release charged explosions of fire to push surrounding mobs away. This weapon can be enchanted with Fire Aspect to increase fire damage time. Blowgun is a ranged weapon that shoots arrows quickly but breaks quickly. Unlike bows, when an arrow shot from a blowgun hits a mob, 90% of the time it'll drop the arrow back as an item. Additionally, the Flame Enchanted Book makes the arrow explode with a firework. Bone Wand is a support item that, on use, allows you to place temporary bone blocks anywhere around you, and it can be used in the offhand. Holding Sneak, standing still and then using it will place a bone wall of 6 blocks. Chain-firing crossbow is a crossbow that can chain-fire multiple arrows, but only consumes half the arrows it'd chain-fire, effectively cloning each arrow. You can load fireworks into the chain-firing crossbow, however it will shoot only the amount consumed and won't duplicate the projectile. Crucible is a heavy sword that radiates a bright, heated energy and can harvest the energy of mobs and convert it into a shockwave of energy. When at 500 energy, press Sneak to release a shockwave of energy. Additionally, you can drop the crucible in a cauldron with any die of Vanilla 16 dice to change its texture and particle variant. These texture changes are purely visual and will not change the damage or effects. Cursed Sea Blade is a chaotic sword that turns mobs you kill into pufferfish. These pufferfish will launch onto nearby mobs, however they may launch onto the player using the Cursed Sea Blade too. Dagger is a melee single hitter that swipes fast but deals low damage. Silk Touch gives you a jump boost when hitting foes, fortune increases its speed boost, and efficiency increases its damage. Electric Staff is a support item that on use summons a line of almost instant electricity. This line of electricity can go through multiple mobs, and when striking near or on one will outline them with the glow effect. Lore decreases its cooldown, and Luck of the Sea increases its range to 35 blocks. And Excalibur is a heavy sword that when charged will deal massive area damage in a flurry of end particles to the mob you hit and to nearby mobs. Sweeping Edge lowers the charge time by 2 ticks per level. And Light Bow is an ancient bow from the end that makes its arrows burst with light when landing. When the arrow lands, it'll disappear and therefore cannot be picked up. An end light arrow can be blocked with a shield, but the actual area damage light cannot be. Evoker's Wrath is a scythe that allows you to summon Evoker Fangs all around a mob or in a line. The lines of fangs will glide over the terrain it encounters up to an area of 3 blocks high. Performing a critical hit on a mob will surround them in fangs. You can also press sneak to summon a line of Evoker's Fangs in front of you. Fire Staff is a support item that on use summons smoking fireballs that lands with a small explosion of fire. The fireballs aim perfectly straight but are short range. Golden Sea Blade is a fast swinging sword flourishing with water that can be used to push mobs, dash underwater and perform a very small jump. You can press sneak to perform a dash within the water, and use the momentum of the dash to leap out of the water. Ice Staff is a support item that on use allows you to summon a moving ice block that when hitting a mob freezes them in place for a short time. This freeze deals a bit of damage, disables the mob's movement and also their AI. Magma's Charger is a fiery bow that can charge a superheated arrow that explodes on impact. If you charge the bow a bit longer, the impact of the arrow will be even stronger. The Magma's Charger cannot be burned in lava or fire. Arrows fired from this weapon can glide and bounce on lava. Moonlight Edge is shimmering sword that turns your attacks into beams of light that passes through multiple mobs. Thorn Blossom is a lush sword that allows you to quickly move around with a grapple-like vine. Warped Crossbow is a crossbow that warps your arrows to have 0 gravity and faster speed, at the cost of less damage. Windsweeper is a melee sword that slows down mobs you hit for a short time with sandy wind and levitate over mobs. You can press sneak to release gushes of wind, and face straight down and sneak to levitate with the wind. Witherblade is a heavy swinging sword that deals damage over time to mobs you hit, withering them away. As you damage mobs you'll start to gain souls that can be used to heal health. If enchanted with Sweeping Edge, when performing a sweep with your sword, 2 withering damage will spread to nearby foes. Mega Hammer is a melee axe weapon that has a slow swing speed but deals huge knockback. It can also be used to bury mobs shortly. If enchanted with Silk Touch, does an area bury on nearby mobs? Fortune 3 increases its knockback power. Efficiency increases its charge speed. Sharpness increases damage. Finally, I tested the mod for compatibility, and most of the weapons are compatible with better combat. All the links are in the description. Have fun.